Be prepared for highly offensive language from the start and throughout, and adult and sexual themes.
It was the calm before the storm, and the storm definitely hit the house hard. It all seems to be going all right now. But you know what they say? Keep your friends close and enemies closer. It's time for a bit on the side.
Show tonight. The housemates have survived the end of the world. Janice was labelled the biggest quitter, and Stevie revealed that he was more girth than length. Less is more, Stevie Ritchie. But listen, it might be late on a Sunday night, but as you're still up, you might as well stay with us till the end of the show, because it's all that everyone's going to be talking about at work tomorrow. So just watch it. Coming up, the housemates have been nominating for the last time, I know. We're going to be bringing you an exclusive sneak peek at that, and believe me, you don't want to miss it. And guess who's back? Rachel Morris is back. We love Rachel. She's back discussing the housemates' truth. Plus, we're going to be uncovering even more unseen footage in Sunday Snoop with Scoop. I know. Basically, that's like Bot's guided tour around the camera run. So, a Snoop with Scoop. It's genius. I can't wait to and as it's Sunday tonight, not one but two members of our audience are going to be joining the panel. Bit of double bubble. So, who's it going to be? Right, calm down, girls. Remember where you came from, all right? Right, let's see who else is on my Sunday night panel. She's like a big old ray of sunshine on a cold winter's day. She might be small, but believe me, she packs a big old punch. Give it up for Nikki Graham! And he's back for a big love-in. It's the fantastic and also darling. It's Biggins! And finally, there is nothing shady about my next guest. She is part of my staple Big Brother diet, and it's only her bloody birthday. It's Michelle Visage! No, I know I gave you my little present earlier on in the day, but that's not all I've got you.
It was not, Rylan. It wasn't so little.
No. Well, anyway, talking of little, my next present isn't medium. It's absolutely massive. I've got you a birthday cake! I just love my job. I've got the best job in the world. Right. Happy birthday. We fucking love you.
I love you.
Right. Let's talk about tonight's show. And Armageddon has definitely hit the house, or as Janice would say, the Michelle, let's come to you, birthday girl. Would you have liked to have done that task?
Are you kidding? It's the easiest task in the world. Stand on a rock for a couple hours with James up my arse and be happy. Yes, please.
Well, you might have found it easy, but Janice was the first to jump off. Nick, got to come to you. I know... Please. I know you threw a couple of strops in there. Would you have stood on the boulder?
Hang on, can I just say, happy birthday, Michelle!
you would have done in that one?
Well, to last 3 hours is just absolutely out of the question, so I just wouldn't even lasted a minute.
Scoop, are you shocked that Janice just literally thought, bollocks, I'm getting off the rock?
Not at all.
That's Janice?
That's Janice being Janice. It's just, it is what it is. You know what it is, and it is what it is, and it is what it is. And this is a free, this is a free gift. She gave her a free gift.
What is it?
She gave her a free gift. It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's what we wanted. Well, she actually apologised for quitting, but Austin didn't take it too well. Biggins, let me come to you. What are you making of Austin at the minute? What's happening to him?
Well, I think he's losing it a bit. I think he's coming to the end, and I think he wants
Oh, no, he isn't!
Yes, he is.
It's the little thing, sorry.
I don't think he can last much longer. I think he's had it. I think he's...
Really? Well, let's see what you think. You're popping up. You're popping up.
When you saw Jenna and James on the podium together hugging, he got jealous and then he got upset. Yeah. You could tell. Yes! You could tell from there he was getting angry.
He's going to attack you in a minute.
No, right, let's get this down to the core facts here about Austin. OK. If anyone had jumped off that rock and my letter was at stake, I would have gone mad as well. He's the only... He's the only one in there that actually showed his true emotion. All of them wanted to have a go at Janice, but yet he was the only one that actually had a go.
Well, let me take it over to our BB Box queen, Michelle.
Okay.
Would you have been annoyed with Janice?
100% I would have been annoyed if somebody sacrificed my letter. I did not get my letter. My letter got sunk in the water.
Yeah.
But I will say that you do it for the team. We're in it together. You don't be selfish in those situations.
Let's be honest, right? I don't know why I'm doing this like it's a Bible. I'm like, wait. Let's be fair. I don't think this is just about the letter. This has been bubbling on for a week and a bit now. Do you think there was more to it than just that letter? If that was anyone else other than Janice, do you think he would have reacted like that?
No, I definitely think there's something going on with those two, 100%. Austin, I agree with Biggins where Austin is at a point where he's he's erupting. So you do, when you're at this point and you can see the end of the tunnel, you either go that way or you hold it together and, push it through to the end. I'm a bit concerned for Austin.
Well, Janice chose Austin not to receive his letter from home in the end.
Angrily.
Biggins, do you think that was the right choice on her part?
Well, I do, because she was being exasperated by him. She was at the edge. And, she's not young. She's getting on a bit. And I think it was disrespectful, what he said to her.
People seem to agree. What she then did, though, was she then decided to throw her own letter away. So do we think that was part of the game plan, or do you think that was Janice going, Scoop?
I think that if it was me, I would have done the same thing as Janice had done, because it's the respectful thing to do. But at this part of the game, everything is politics. Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to tell you for sure, but I would have thrown mine away. And I think no one should have read their letter.
I agree. I agree.
She wasn't the only housemate, though, to clash with Austin. He had a big argument with James. Nick, do you think that bromance is literally splitting up, for want of a better word?
I don't know what's going on there, but I've been a huge fan of James the whole way through. But I do think these last couple of days, he's just absolutely, has been a little bit transparent,
Do you think?
Yeah.
In what respect?
We're nearing the end, and I do think that everyone's, clutching at straws now, trying to, think, what can I do? What can I do?
What's going to get me
And he was in bed with Austin the other night. Well, he's been in bed with Austin the whole way through. And then now he's trying with Jenna, doing all this weird stuff with Jenna. But I don't know. I love James. I really do. And,
I think he's showing his true colours now.
Perhaps.
I really do.
But you said in what respect? In the respect that he chose Janice because Janice was helping Chloe. Since when did he care about Chloe?
Fair point. It's a fair point.
What he did was shady, and it's going to make anybody, when you're close with them in that house, go, hold on a minute. It's like when Hopkins and Prez were on the floor like they were in a malt shop sipping a soda. You go, hold on a minute. When did this happen? Since when are you best friends with Janice that you care about Chloe or vice versa?
When they got saved.
Scoot,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, Scoot, you've been in there with James. You know him. Do you think he might be a little bit of a game player? Is this slipped out now?
I'll tell you like this. James is one of the most honorable, honest people I know, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's a game. It just depends on how bad... It depends on... Hold on, let me just say this. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. It just depends on...
Scoot, don't talk to my mum like that, babe.
I love your mother. You know, hi, mom. It just depends. Honestly, it depends on how bad you want it. Personally, I didn't want it that bad where I would sacrifice my integrity, but some people might. So who knows if it's a game or not? We're going to find out,
Well,
though.
Matt, give him all the clap. After the break, find out what happened when we let Scoop loose in the camera runs. God help us all. I know. Plus, we're going to be on the blower to Solomon, who's got plenty to say about his mate James and Austin, and we're going to be exclusively revealing how the final round of noms is unfolding. I'll see you after the break. Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side on this fine Sunday evening. Now, listen, there's been a lot of speculation about who Chloe's one true love is, and tonight that question was answered.
I love Kitty.
All right, darling, there you go. She loves Kitty. It's Kitty. So stop moaning about it. Coming up, I'm glad she said Kitty. Coming up, we'll be talking to you, the fans. Plus, Scoop takes over your latest instalment of the Sunday Snoop. God help us. First, it is time for tomorrow's headlines in today's news. At 10:16 this morning, Bobby took it upon himself to shine some light on Chloe Jasmine and Janice's newfound friendship. Well, shine some light, piss on a parade, potato, you know what I'm talking about.
Janice and you, very close to you. You like Janice, very fond of her. But Janice is, in my view, a player. She's a professional at this. She's brilliant at this. She's a nice lady. She's a fascinating lady. She has a quirky way. She's potted bananas. But don't hang everything on Janice, because Janice will, when this is all finished, you might think, oh, it's, you know, we're friends and it's all about me and Janice. But Janice will leave. She'll go back to America. And she won't be the person that she is in here. So I know you're fond of her, and Janice is fond of you, but she's not as fond as you think she is. But you're relying on her too heavily. She will let you down if you're not careful.
Well, as one friendship looms gloomily in the distance at 12:43 this afternoon, Stevie got a somewhat more positive bit of feedback.
Oh, that sun's nice, eh, Stevie boy?
Beautiful, mate. Absolutely lovely.
There's only 4 days left.
Mental, innit?
Stevie Ritchie. It's been the highlight of this for me.
In all fairness, though, a man who dons a blonde wig and wears a mankini on a regular basis, whose highlight would that be? Do you know what I'm saying? There you go. Well, listen, at 1:33 today, Janice apologises to Austin. Yeah, about the whole Lettergate, but it seems she ain't willing to offer up the whole olive branch. You'll, have a look.
But the only...
I just want you to know, I'm sorry, I'm extending again the olive leaf.
Yeah, and I accept your apology. It's just... We're both... I think we're a lot more similar than we are different, and being that alpha character, we're going to butt heads. And in a situation where there's not enough space for the both of us,
what?
It's going to happen more consistently.
Why we need to be in separate countries? I hear you.
I quite like the fact she's only going for the leaf, not the whole branch. Just one little leap. But in true Janice tradition, no apology is ever straightforward as she follows up with a little complaint.
Also, one more thing for the record. Like, when I did pick your letter up and you snatched it out of my hand, you really, like, wrenched my thumb back, and it was like, it's not broken, but it's like, feels like a slight sprain to it. It went back like that, and so I've been doing things with my left hand. I just wanted to make you aware. I just wanted only you to be aware of that.
It's true, though. It is true. She now has to click with her left hand when she wants something. But don't really hear anything. And that was today's news. There you go. Now, since Scoop left the celebrity Big Brother house, he has done nothing but bang on about going back in, and frankly, he was getting on my nerves. So, do you know what?
Sorry.
To give me all a bit of peace, and all the rest of us, we let him back into the camera runs. God help us. Here's Harry gone.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? It's Fat Man Scoop. As you know, I got chucked out of the house, but like Farrah and Jenna, I'm back. I'm not going in the way that I went in before. I'm going in a different way. Check me. Come on, let's go. So now I'm actually getting to see it. This is crazy. It's amazing. Follow me, people. Nobody's out here right now. Let's go near the kitchen, see who's there. I just want to say hi to Chloe. She can't even see me. Chloe. Fucking Chloe. Oh, did you see that? I think she heard me. She's wearing Janice's slippers. You know, the thing is, I always knew that Chloe, Jasmine, and Janice were gonna be close, but I never thought she would share her foot residue with her by wearing her shoes. These people are fucking crazy. The interesting thing to know is the way that we sit together and eat is basically the dynamic in the house. So I'm looking at the change dynamics in the house. Austin is sitting across from James. When I was in there, they always used to sit together. What would happen if I just said, bass drop? Would they hear it? Oh shit, Chloe looked over. Am I being too loud? Fuck. Who is gonna make the cut? That's what I really wanna see. And it looks nice now and it looks cool. But listen, I can tell you one thing for sure. Things can be cool in this house, and in the mix of 20 seconds, everything can change. I'm telling you, I've been in here and I know it.
I love that. Oh, listen, it's been a busy old weekend and I've got some passionate fans on the line and believe me, they're keen to have their say on all of our housemates as we're going into this final week. So first up to express themselves is Rebecca from Romford. You right, Bex?
All right, Rylan, lovely to talk to you again.
And you, babe, are you well?
I'm fine, thank you, babe.
Good, good, babe. What do you want to chat about?
I want to talk about Janice because I'm loving her.
Go on.
She's so cuckoo. It's hard to tell if it's deliberate or not, but proves you don't have to be nasty to get airtime. Yeah. Her antics are so much more entertaining than Jenna and Farrah's outbursts. I thought it hilarious when she chose Austin not to receive his letter. He should man up. He's not doing his reputation any good.
Well, let's see what the panel think, Bex. What do you guys make of that? You don't have to be nasty to get the airtime.
Well, it's true. You just have to be insane, which is great. But that's why we love Janice. That's why we want to see crazy Janice.
Do we like a bit of Janice? Yeah. We like a bit of Janice. Bex, thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Ryan.
Bye, Rebecca.
Loving it. Bye.
Bye, darling. Next up, we got Martin. He loves it. Martin from Fulham. You right, Martin?
Hi, Ryland. How are you?
I'm good, babe. What's your chat, Martin? Look at you, Martin. Look at you giving it in your photo. Look at you giving it in your photo. Go on, girl. What's your chat, babe?
Ryland, the wrong person went on Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
I know you were a big Farrah fan. You're a big Farrah fan, aren't you?
I'm a very big Farrah fan.
Who do you think should have went instead?
Pardon?
Who do you think should have went instead?
Jenna should have gone.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, and to end up in bed with James and Austin, oh, please, she would have been better. Ended up in bed with Chloe and Stevie, it might have spiced things up a little bit more, you know what I mean?
Martin, let's find out what the panel think. Do we think Farrah was the right person to go?
Yes.
Biggins, Michelle?
100%.
And without doubt.
Nick?
Yeah, she'd had long enough in there.
Scoop?
Yeah, I can't slag off my people, so.
You're not slagging her off. It's
no,
just.
I think. Well,
it's an opinion.
No, I think somebody else should have gone.
Oh, okay.
You think
gotcha.
somebody else should go? Well,
Definitely.
Martin, Scoop shares what you think. Martin, thanks for calling in. I'll see you later in the week.
Yeah, see you.
Bye,
Thanks,
Martin.
man. Bye.
Next up on the line, I've got James's friend Solomon. You right, Sol?
Right then, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good, mate. What's your chat?
I'm going to say, I think James is getting a bit fed up with Austin at the moment. That I think they both have really strong opinions, but James is much more principled and he's got, massive morals. So I think he's getting a bit fed up with the whole chat at the moment.
But Solomon, there's a lot of chat around James at the minute. Jenna started it off on Friday night when he saved Janice and stuff like that. Do you think James has got a bit of a game plan at the minute?
Honestly, Ron, I don't think he has. He's genuinely, he's a massive, nice guy. He hasn't got any game plan. He's just himself. And, he's got strong opinions. He needs to voice those.
Let's see what Biggins thinks. Biggins?
How has he captured these people at home on their television sets? He really has a game plan. And I think I was told off on last Wednesday when I was on the show. A lot of people tweeted me saying you've got him all wrong. Today, it's confirmed that he has a game plan.
Yes, but there's that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong.
No.
Right?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But Solomon,
what do you make of that?
Biggins, good to hear your voice, buddy. I think James, he doesn't. His game plan is just to get topless, and everyone wants to see that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Biggins definitely does.
Yes.
Listen, Solomon, thanks for ringing in. I'll see you soon. Give up Solomon, guys. And next on the line, I've got Sarah from Colchester. It's Stevie's sister. You all right, Sarah?
Hi, Roland.
Hello, babe. Thanks so much for calling back in, Sarah. What's your chat?
Sorry?
What's your chat? What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about?
Yeah.
You ask me the questions. I don't mind.
How do you think they're doing?
No, I think they're doing all right. Personally speaking, they've been themselves. They've been genuine. They're not two-faced. They've been, they're just being themselves. And Steve, he's just a funny character. You've met him, Rylan, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And do you think, obviously, them being in the top 4 on Friday night, do you think that's going to give them a bit of confidence now?
Yeah, I do, actually, because they're obviously thinking that some of the public, there is some, obviously, haters going to hate, that don't
We've all
like
been there.
them, but,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there is a lot of public that do love them.
Exactly.
If there weren't, then they wouldn't have been there saved on on Friday night.
Well said, well said. What are we making of that, Michelle?
Oh, thank you.
You're all right.
Here's the thing. I don't want anybody confused not believing the relationship with thinking that they're bad people. Because they're two different things. I think they're both lovely. I love them. I think they're sweet. I think separately and together. Just because I don't believe the relationship is real doesn't mean I don't think they're lovely. Right?
Fair enough. Sarah, she's Sarah, and she says they are in a relationship, so we'll take your word for it. Sarah, thanks for calling, babe.
Of course.
Bye, Sarah. It's time for a very quick break now, but coming up, Rachel Morris is back. She's going to be divulging some secrets, and we'll be discussing the final round of nominations. Don't want to miss it. I'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, in keeping with today's letters from home, it is time for an extract of prose. The stars do not shine as bright as your light. You are vivid colour in a world of black and white. I miss your song. I miss your face. Days feel like weeks. Hours feel like days. Minutes feel like hours without you here by my side, because life isn't living without you. Wuthering Heights, Pride and Prejudice, Notting Hill. No, it was actually Richie Neville from 5, guys. It was Richie from 5. Lovely Rich. It's great. I love that. Now listen, no Sunday is complete without a bit of this. Now, listen, I couldn't let the series go out without inviting one of my good friends to sit on my long, sturdy and slightly curved couch, you dirty buggers. Give it up for the beautiful Rachel Morris!
Thanks, darling.
I missed out. Right, first of all, got to say, new hairdo, I'm liking it. Liking it. You're looking lovely. But obviously, this series was Split the House Up, UK, US. You're going to get to the bottom of what's really been the topic of conversation there, the truth, or my truth, or her truth, or whatever it is. So what's actually been the main cultural divide throughout it all, do you think?
Well, I think there's been a lot of them, but one of the ones that's kind of been missed because it's so subtle are the nuances in our language. So, for example, there are things that the Americans have said during this show that we would never say. Things like, that really hurt my feelings. Like, that's just not something we would ever say. Or,
yeah, we'd say, shut up, you bastard.
Excuse me. I think you'll find this is my truth.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's another one.
My truth means you have no say in what I just said. You have no right to reply. There is no opinion.
Truth.
It's my truth, so you can't say anything about that. And the other one is be honest. Now, what we mean when we say be honest is please be honest, but in a way that really protects me from any really true harsh realities. But it seems that when our Americans in the Big Brother house say be honest, they mean be brutal, hack it out with an axe, make me bleed. But of course, then, slowly what we've seen, I think, over the series is a kind of blending of the cultures.
Yeah.
We've seen some of the Americans kind of coming a little bit more over to the English way of thinking, and the English have gone over a little bit to the American way of thinking, and that's not always been great.
I think it's been quite key that you said that, because a lot of the Brits have definitely got a lot more Americanised, and a lot of the Americans have got a lot more typically British.
Yeah.
And we have seen that thing, but you've picked out some examples for us. So let's have a little look at Jenna and Farrah's reaction to Bobby. Let's have a look.
We've done all the sweeping up in the kitchen, around the carpet. What I'm asking you to do, if you can today, at some point, with the boys, because they said to do it, liaise with them, just go around this carpet a little bit. Just...
I'll do that.
Would you?
After I cook the meal.
Yeah, whatever. It's just...
We got it, Bobby, thank you.
Yeah, OK. Well, I didn't mind me asking you, did you?
No, I don't mind. I don't need to be told to clean.
Oh, my God.
And when people tell me to clean, it doesn't go over too well.
I'm freaking cooking all day, doing dishes, doing this, doing that, and then he comes in here and acts as if he freaking does so much.
See, now, me watching that back, I find it really strange that Farrah's not in there no more. That's sort of the first time since she's gone I've seen her really there, but what does that tell you?
The thing that really struck me about this was if that had been at the beginning of the show and Bobby had gone up with all the sort of, jolly decent, I'm going to make a sort of proposal that you can't possibly argue with in the most reasonable manner, and Farrah would have had his face off for that. Yeah. But now, Jenna does this really British thing of kind of smiling, throwing in a really sarcastic comment, oh yeah, I'll do it after I've done all the cooking.
Yeah.
And then they wait for Bobby to walk away before bitching at him. That's our way. That's the way we do it.
It's true. It is true, I'm not going to lie. Let's have a little look at Jenna and James in action.
You know, you're a strong woman, Jenna. You can handle this.
Okay, so maybe if I start acting like a fragile piece of shit, then people start treating me.
Fair.
Then people start, like, babying me and giving me special things.
No.
So how about have respect for women that are strong and have gotten through 100 times more than what she's talking about, and vote for them because they deserve to be here.
So what are you getting from that?
What I loved about this is when I love the Americans for the way they tell the truth. She just put it right out there, and I stand by everything she said. I mean, she might not have needed to throw in the insult there, but I do think that that's a really fair point. I think in this country we always talk about how we care about the underdog and we lay everything aside for the weaker of those amongst us, which is why somebody like Chloe would be mad not to play that card, because everyone in England goes, oh, that fragile little bird, we must take extra special care of her. This makes her the most powerful person in that house.
Well, you've brought her up. Let's have a little look at her in action.
Stevie and Chloe Jasmine.
What? Well, I heard some noises then coming from the audience that I've never heard before. Rachel, what does that say about her?
Do you know what? I mean, I'm, you know, I sometimes...
I'm not one to talk from judges' houses, let's be fair.
Sometimes I make generalisations about men and women, but this is one of those things that seems to... I've chatted about this to quite a few people over the weeks, and a lot of the women are kind of going, oh, my God, I just want to put my fist through the screen every time she comes on. And the men are going, oh, poor Chloe. It's like, you know, this... I guess some men are easier to fool than others.
Oh, let me ask, is there any poor Chloes here? No. Barbara? Oh, one of her come in.
OK.
Oh, we were talking to you in a minute, don't you, Robert?
The thing is that what you might be picking up is that she is genuinely vulnerable, but not in the way that she is telling us she is.
Okay.
So she cries at times when we don't know why she's crying, and times like tonight when we read the letters, she didn't cry at all. There were no actual tears.
Yeah, and I was quite shocked at that because that's half her family pretty much as well. So there's like two lads. Well, listen, let's go back to James because you picked something up about him, haven't you? Let's take a look.
It's all about yourselves. What about other people's feelings? What about feelings for other people that might be struggling and considering their feelings? Okay. You know what? If that fucking decision I made today helps her and upsets Jenna, I don't give a fuck. Because, do you know what? That's a sacrifice I chose to help a fragile, poor girl. And that's why I did it.
So what? You tell me.
The thing about this is, and it's already been talked about James, you know, playing up for public opinion, but I actually think this is probably one of the ways that he interprets himself in the world as a hero. He's the people's hero. He thinks it's his kind of job. It's a bit of a complex, really. And he talks about his grandfather being this incredibly fair and loving man, and I think he's emulating that. So I think it comes from a good place. I don't necessarily think he's employing it because of where we are in the show. I think he employs this in his life, and it's part of the problem with Austin.
Well, you said about Austin, and they are seeming to be having problems at the moment. Let's have a little look at them two as they are at the moment.
The whole problem here is you do not like the fact that I have respect for Janice and that I do not like the way you speak to her.
Because she's a fucking master manipulator, and now she has you on her strings.
No,
you don't get it.
Austin.
You don't understand
Austin.
it.
I understand a lot more than you understand, mate.
You don't.
Yes, I do.
Me.
Yes,
you
I do.
Don't.
And a real friend would not do that to me.
Well, would a real friend not do that?
Well, the thing is, this is a fantastic example of how they are completely misreading one another. I say the word friend, and along with that comes like about 20 other words that I understand about friendship. And you might have the same cultural references to that. You might have a similar kind of understanding about what friendship means. But it seems that between the Americans and the English, or certainly between Austin and James, that they're missing that. For Austin, friendship means loyalty. It means you back me up. But for James, friendship means telling the truth, even when that is a hard truth to hear.
That is so spot on. That is so spot on. He's been quite a lot of a centre of attention at the minute, Austin. I know you want to have a little look at his apology to Chloe, don't you?
Well, this is just a classic example of Austin trying to be a bit more British and really failing.
Let's have a look.
Chloe, first off, I'm extremely sorry about my behaviour. I know that my behaviour has affected the whole house, and it's probably brought the morale down a bit, and I'm truly sorry for that. And that's not okay.
Respect your elders. Respect women. And if I truly feel that this is coming from the right place, then I'm cool.
It's from the right place, then.
Now, you're either swearing at me or you're referencing something James was doing.
James sits there throughout the whole thing, just going like that. Yeah.
And what does that say?
Well, I don't know. What do you think that says? I'm pretty sure that means the same whatever country you're in.
I think it means the same around the world. And on that note, give it up for Rachel Morris. I love you. All right, I'll see you in a minute. It's time for a quick break now, but we're going to be back with a juicy exclusive from the house. And them two are going to be joining the panel. We can't even stop them. I have tried. But listen, it's looking a bit crowded on that panel. Does anyone want to sit in the audience?
I don't care. I'll be with the people.
We're going to play a bit of musical chairs, and I'll see you after the break. Come on, then. Let's get you over. Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, after one coming, comes another. Multiple comings, if you will. I'm just putting it out there. Here's hoping they bring masses of pleasure to the panel tonight. It's the Cummins sisters, Karen and Nicola!
Get on now.
Girl.
We invite people on the panel from the audience and they think they're Kylie Minogue. Look at them. Don't forget where you come from. And I've got to ask, Scoop, you all right over there?
I'm good. I'm with my people. I'm good.
He's all right. All right, it's time now to check in with the house, and thoughts are turning to the last nominations of the series. Have a look.
I know who's nominated us.
How do you know that, Chloe?
Because I see it. It's their body language around you. They're like, or this. They're like,
What? So you reckon Sherry might?
No. I think a few people. I think Austin's going to go for it. I think Jenna might go for it.
Are we both in agreement of Austin and Jenna then?
Yeah, but what's our argument? For
Okay,
Jenna? Are you
right.
going to say that she spent too much time with Farrah to fully engage with the rest of the house? Do you think that's a good enough reason? What reason are you giving?
And also, because you felt that we couldn't go all the way as a couple in the house.
A discriminatory remark was made about us in regard to our standing in this competition, which we took very
we're not
personally.
strong enough, and that is our reason for nominating Jenna. Okay, sorted. Bang. That's one. Right, Austin.
Some of his reactions to certain situations can become very personal.
To people in the house.
And very scary.
But, okay, so we're saying Austin because of that, yeah?
Well, the final nominations are coming in and a double eviction is approaching on Tuesday. Everything's just got real. It's time to take a peek at them noms.
She's not being her authentic self, and I don't have respect for people that fake their way through life.
I don't find her as sincere as some people find her.
He's insensitive, he's cruel, and he does not care.
He gets on my nerves, he knows that, but yet he does nothing to change it.
She says one thing to my face, but is saying something totally different behind my back.
She has a powerful conversation and a powerful personality, which is overpowering.
He's very just forward and too, like, boom, stern and in your face.
The way he's treating people and the way he goes off isn't acceptable.
She gets in the mix, and she's very confrontational.
And it's just driving me up a bloody wall.
But we love him. He's a great guy. Honestly, baby.
So, we're not revealing who's gone for who. But shut up. But, personally, watching that, I think you can tell quite a lot.
Yeah.
Who's gone there, so glad legal cleared that one. Girls, what are we making of them?
Well, it looks like the gloves are off for real, aren't
Yeah,
they?
it does.
The gloves are truly off. I think that where the house has come down to dwindling numbers, you're seeing in the diary room people being absolutely going into people now. They're not playing around now.
No.
So, you know what I mean? This is the thing.
I can honestly see that Austin is going to nominate Janice. I mean,
Yeah,
that's so
maybe.
evident there.
Yeah.
I mean, he is definitely going for her, 110%.
What did we make, Michelle, of James, what he was just saying?
That was Janice and Austin. They were both talking about Janice and Austin. It's so obvious to me, just by hearing. Everybody's sick of Janice's pontification. She comes in and says, I love you because this, I love you because that, and then turns around and does something else. And Austin, because he's being so aggressive. So I think people are at their limit with both of them. That's what I got
Nick,
from that.
do you think that's what they're doing?
Yeah. I do love Austin, but he has let himself down the last couple of days. Very aggressive.
Diggins?
Without a doubt, they're talking about Janice and Austin. And if that doesn't come true tomorrow, I'll eat.
Oh. Happy birthday, Michelle! That's the present you've always wanted. Stu, what do you make of the What do you make of him?
I can't believe that I just saw that man nominate Austin. That's crazy.
Well, we don't know if he did.
Listen, I live with those people. I know exactly what I just saw, and that was crazy. Like, I thought they were brothers, man. That's heartbreaking.
We just mentioned it. It is double trouble on Tuesday. It's a double eviction. We need to just get them out of there.
Yeah.
Who do we think is going to be sliding out of there on Tuesday, Michelle?
Are you looking at me?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Oh.
You looking at me? You looking at me?
That was quite aggressive.
What? I was in The Godfather. You shit yourself.
I'm sorry. The New Jersey came out. I'm sorry. I think that Austin's going to be in trouble. I also think that Janice is going to be in trouble. Because this is what it is. Everybody's going mental at this point. They're all at wit's end. So those two may be in trouble, but I also don't think Jenna's safe.
Jenna.
And I also, listen, where's Sherry been?
Yeah.
So that could always be
She's gone out for some milk.
She's keeping her head
It's little
down.
comments like that the Twitter will be like, Sherry's left the house for meal.
Exactly.
You know what they're like. Nikki, what do you think? Who do you think might be in danger?
I totally agree with Michelle. I think I'm disappointed in Austin the last couple of days. And I think Janice, I love Janice Spitz, but I can imagine she's bloody hard work to live with.
And that's saying something coming from you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just saying.
I would struggle.
Well, girls, let me come to you because, you know, yous are here most nights.
Yes.
You love the show, you vote on the show.
Yeah.
What normally happens in the house is not normally how the public tend to vote.
Yeah.
So if the likes of Austin and Janice and people like that are up, it's vote to save. Will they be saved?
But then it goes to the popularity of who's popular in the house to go up in the first place and then who's popular outside, as you've said. But someone like Janice has a great popularity. People love Janice.
Yeah, they do.
You know, Austin, I think you had an opinion on Austin.
I mean, I don't think that Austin...
I love it. You had an opinion on it.
Yeah, she's always talking about it.
I'm not keen on
She's
Austin.
like, pipe up, girl, this is your chance. Go on.
I do think he might be going home sooner than he thinks. He's played too many cards too quickly.
And he's been very mean to Janice.
And he's been very mean to Janice.
But she hasn't been an angel to him either. Though.
No.
It works both ways.
But she's an old lady.
She ain't that old, girl. She's 60. Take it easy.
But that's Michelle in 2 years. Leave her alone.
She's only a teenager.
Michelle knows I love her, and she's 24 years old. Okay, we'll just put it out there.
That's pushing it.
Scoop, I've got to come back to you. God, I feel so weird you sitting up here. Thanks, baby. I'll
Kick it with me. Kick it with me, man.
I've got to ask.
What's going on with this microphone, bro?
I just like playing with it.
Okay,
Let's talk about winning. Are they going to be all thinking about winning now in that house?
I think it's so close to the end that you can almost visualize yourself as the winner. So everyone will think about winning.
But are we going to start seeing people act up? Do you think now? Are people going to start changing their game plans?
I think at this point, at this point in the game, everyone has a game plan. So you're going to start to see what people are trying to do, and to watch it materialize. I'm just happy that I'm not in that damn house.
Right, well, listen. It's finale this week. We've got about 30 seconds left on the show. So, Nick, who's your winner?
My winner is, I think it's going to be Natasha. I'd like it to be Natasha.
Biggins?
Natasha.
Michelle?
I'm still going to say James.
Janice.
You agree?
No, I actually think Chloe, Jasmine and Stevie may just pick them to the post.
Scoop? Who's your winner?
I think James is going to win it.
Austin!
Anyone else?
Austin!
James. Natasha.
James.
I think James.
Bobby.
James.
That's all we've got time for! Listen, that's all we've got time for tonight. A massive thank you to all my guests and a fantastic audience. I'll be back here tomorrow night at 11 p.m. with Leslie Joseph, Nina Wadia, John McCrick and Ben Dover. What a section.